So once again, you are all welcome to Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. This park, as we stood here, was formerly called British Polo Park. This is where the British used to play their polo game on this very park. Then later on changed to Old Polo Ground, and the third name that was given to this park, that was when the first president of the Republic of Ghana was honored here. So Nkrumah, as we knew, was born in the western region part of Ghana called Nkrumah, born to Madame Elizabeth Nyaniba and the father Kwame, the mother a trader and the father a goldsmith. So initially Nkrumah didn't like school, but he had a Roman priest, because he was born into Catholic, that keep on talking to him till later on he agreed to start school. So he used to follow the mother to the market. So later on agreed and started elementary school at Half Lane. That was where the father was then working. So over there he completed his elementary school in the year 1926. When he completed, he gained admission to study in Achimota College, and over there he came out as a professional teacher in the year 1930. Nkrumah also taught across Gold Coast in some Roman Catholic schools. So in the year 1935, then Nkrumah had a scholarship and went outside the country, and also attended a school in Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, that is the States. So when he got there, he pursued a BA in economics and sociology. Once Nkrumah was at the school, he became the president of African Student Association in the Lincoln University there of America and Canada. When he completed, he became a TA, so he taught history at the Lincoln University. He also taught African studies also over there. Nkrumah lived there till 1945. In the school there, he had his degree in education, degree in philosophy. He also went to London School of Economics. That was when he got to London, and over there he did that for a semester. So he lived in London till 1947. So when he got to London, Nkrumah met Du Bois, the one that had established in Cantonment, Du Bois Center. He happened to be an economist. Nkrumah was living over there, and that was when he was introduced into politics, and he became Pan-Africanist in politics. So in 1947, Nkrumah was invited by one of the Big Six, the people you find their hairs on our currency. They are called the Big Six. So when Nkrumah was invited, he came to Ghana and joined the Big Six in the Gold Coast time. So they made him the general secretary of the party. He worked with them for 2 years. But later on he found out that his ideology and his plans does not meet with that of the UPCC political party. So therefore he broke out from the UPCC political party and founded his own political party in the year 1949. So after the formation of his party, exactly 1 year, that was when he was arrested and sent to the James Ford prison based on sedition and committing illegal right, and therefore he was being sent over there. Over there he's supposed to be there for 3 good years. But lucky for him, when he left, the people he left behind in his party, they worked hard, and there was an election going, and his party won. They had 38 seats, while the party that he left had 3 seats by then. So they have to be released because the party has won from the prison, and they made him the leader of all government businesses across Gold Coast in the year 1951. In 1952, he was ranked and they made him a designated prime minister in Gold Coast by then. So he worked under the governor by then called Charles Having Plan. So, from 1952, Nkrumah worked hard with his people and the people of Ghana. So, they had the independence in the year 1957. Now, when Nkrumah had the independence with his people get the independence, this is where Nkrumah stood and declared the independence of Ghana. This is the actual place where this bronze statue has been mounted. And the metallic stand he stood on it on that very year, that is the one that we see just here. This is what he stood on it to declare the independence with his people. So, right from independence, the same year 1957, that was when Nkrumah got married to Fatia, an Egyptian lady. With Fatia, they had 3 children: Kwame Nkrumah, Samia Nkrumah, and Sekou Nkrumah. He named the first child to Fatia's uncle, who happened to be a president at Egypt by then, called Abdel Gamal Nasser. And the second one, the lady, to his own mother. And the third one, he named him after Guinea-Conakry president, Sékou Touré, the one that made him co-president when he was overthrown. So with Fatia, they had 3 children. But before that, Nkrumah had an earlier child before getting married to Fatia. That of Fatia's marriage was official marriage. But with the first child, it wasn't official marriage. True girlfriend relationship, and he had that child called Francis. Currently, Professor Emeritus Francis Nkrumah, a retired medical doctor, lives in Ghana here. He was born in 1935. That was the time that Nkrumah was living from Ghana here to Lincoln University. So he had that child when he was a student. So in somehow you can see that Nkrumah is somehow a stubborn small, because we are students and he went to give birth. But don't worry, but he still pursued and went high. So after the independence, 3 years later, that was when Ghana became a republic in the year 1960. Then Nkrumah himself was sworn in as the first president of the Republic of Ghana in 1st July 1961. So Nkrumah actually ruled for 6 years, from 1960 to 1966. So in the 1966, Nkrumah was going on a peace mission at China. So he took a transit. So when he got to Vietnam, he has to wait over there and perform an assignment. So whilst he was on assignment, then someone whispered into Nkrumah's ear that your government has been overthrown. So based on that, he couldn't finish what he's doing and he didn't believe it. So he called his best friend Sékou Touré, Guinea-Conakry president. And when he called him, he said it's true, because it was captured by BBC. So Nkrumah did not return back to Ghana again, but went to Guinea-Conakry. So he was with him till 1971 when he fell sick. So when Nkrumah fell sick, he was sent to Romania in a hospital called Bucharest Hospital. He was diagnosed of prostate cancer. So that was where he is till 27th April 1972, when Nkrumah passed on. And because of the coup that was led against him, led by Afrifa and Kotoka, so he went on exile. And therefore, Sékou Touré, the one that received him and protected him from the coup, couldn't bring the courts here. So the wife by then lives with them. So he fell on the wife. The wife also have to fall on some family members. Then they went there, just few. Then everything was done, and Nkrumah was buried over there for 3 months. So when the people came back to Ghana and went to Nkrumah, his birthplace where he was born, then the mother asked. By then the mother was alive when he passed on, attained the age of 100 years, and she was blind, very aged. And therefore, this aged woman requested, "Where is my son?" And she was told, "Your son is gone and he has been buried over there." But she insisted, because he happened to be the only son of their parents. So due to old age, the woman keep on crying day and night, crying, "Even though he is no more, I want to see my only son's corpse." So the family have to come and see the then leader at the state. to also move to Guinea to bring the cause of Nkrumah back to Ghana. So everything was done, agreed, then the body was moved from Guinea-Conakry to Ghana here and sent to Nkrumah, the birthplace. And when they brought Nkrumah's corpse, they have to display Nkrumah's corpse. It was embalmed by the Egypt people, so it was in a metallic casket, so it's like a smoked fish. So you have to go and look through the glass. So the body was kept there for 20 good years. When Nelson Mandela, Jomo Kenyatta, and Julius Nyerere, because they were friends. And history tells us that Nkrumah was then wanted to unite all African nations as one. And based on that, he founded the Ghana-Guinea Union in 1958. Then 1961, Mali joined that union. So they were very good friends. And all these were part, that is the reason why he was overthrown. Because Nkrumah helped most African countries to gain their independence. So whilst he was doing that, that's the reason why some Ghanaians against him, that he was misusing our fund. Because he was taking money here to help other countries also to get their independence so that they will be free from the colonial rule. That was his overthrow. And therefore, the body was put on display at Nkrumah for people to come and view for 20 good years. So when these great three leaders that I mentioned their name, when they heard that Nkrumah's body had been moved from Guinea to Ghana land, they came here to visit where Nkrumah was buried. So when they got there, and Nelson Mandela came to tell the leader by then, which was our late president, Private Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, that what Nkrumah has done for this country, he needs to be what? Honored well. So even during that time, there was a rumors that he's going to use the dead body for something. People didn't understand him. There was a rumors. Those that they were born around 70s and the 80s, they know this. They heard it. But now, those people that brought these rumors out, I wish they are alive. And some of them are alive because at that time, I myself too, I'm a little grown up, so I heard it. But it's like he didn't explain, he didn't go down well for people to understand. So this place was established by him between 1991 and 1992 by our late president. So move the corpse here to honor him well. That was when the name was changed from Old Polo Ground to Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. So when they brought him here, Nelson Mandela visited the park again to come and see whether the friend has been honored well, like the way he told the leader by then to do it. So when he came, then he planted this mango tree that we are seeing here. So this mango tree was planted by Nelson Mandela, the late president of South Africa, the one who was also in prison for 27 years before becoming a president. So you can see that most of the African leaders have really suffered. Yes. So when he came, he planted this in the memorial. So this is Nkrumah's long statue and stood here and declared the independence and said, "We face neither east nor west," by stretching the hand towards the public and said, "Forward ever, backwards never." The reason why he stood here and declared the independence is that when the colonial days, the indigents are not allowed to step their foot on his back. Like today, we cannot stand here. We can't even come close to the road. That's the reason why he declared the independence here. But the Independence Square is an assembly ground where we need to have our anniversary every year for the independence. But currently, they move it from region to region. Right. So this is the declaration ground. So this is the mausoleum where the grave is. So this structure that we see was designed in the form of a tree and a sword. So when you look at it critically, you can see that this structure that we see here is designed in the form of sword. So the handle is up and the edge of the sword is down. It is a sword that has been turned upside down. meaning of peace. Because in Ghana here, when I'm a leader and I stood in front of my people and I raised a sword, it means I'm calling for war. If I turn the sword upside down, it means I'm calling for peace. That is the reason why we see it in this form. Secondly, we say it's a truncated tree because the work Nkrumah wanted to do for Ghana and Africa at large, he couldn't complete it. That's why we say it's a truncated tree. And this structure was designed by a Ghanaian architect called Don Atta, and it was built by Chinese people, and they used Italian marbles in building this structure. So we move to the museum. Mausoleum, we say water is life, and therefore human never dies. Here, this is the grave of the great Pan-Africanist, the first president of the Republic of Ghana, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. The Osagyefo was the name given by the people, but the name actually given by the parents is what? Kwame Nkrumah. But Osagyefo was given to him is a title because our two-term leader, the New York Secretary General, he was also given a title because of the detail and the performances that he did. So he was given Nsumbu as a title. In Ghana, yet no matter your education level, you can be literate or an illiterate. When you are in a position to perform work, the people will give you a title. That's the reason why Nkrumah was given a Osagyefo, meaning a warrior, a savior, and a redeemer. So when he passed on, he died at the age of 68. When Nkrumah passed on, he was buried finally here, 3 months after, 20 years at his birthplace, and he's the final one. The wife Fatia also made a request that when she passed on, she wants to be buried close to the late husband. I don't know whether they want to continue their life over there. And therefore, when Fatia passed on, he was also brought here to bury close to the main husband as said. This is the grave of Fatia. So in here, we have Fatia, and we have all the 4 children. The 3 with Fatia and their stepbrother. Their names written on the grave. But these children made a history that by now, this thing is supposed to be in the Guinness Book of Records. The reason why I'm saying that is that in Ghana here, traditionally, if you are not dead, you don't have to write your name on a grave. But these children chose to write their name on their mother's grave. But why not their father? So it means there's a reason and a purpose. So for me, I'm still researching, and one day when I meet any of the kids, I will ask them. Because we don't do it in Ghana here. And I've not seen it anywhere. This is the first place I saw this. So we have Francis Nkrumah, then we have Kwame, Samia, and Sekou. All the 4 of them, including the stepladder, they wrote their names on it. So you can see it in the statue. Here we have the broken statue of the first president of the Republic of Ghana, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And over here we have the body of the broken statue and the head of the broken statue. This statue that we see here was vandalized during the key coup, and he was not around. Whilst he was So, while they were vandalizing this statue, it used to be in front of our old Parliament House. By then, an anonymous woman stood very far, waited patiently after the military men and some opposition members died against them after they destroyed it. Then she came, and I believe at that time the woman cannot pick this one, like she would have taken everything. So this one was taken to the National Museum and later on brought it here to be mounted in 2007. So you can see that they said it's on loan to the park because it was at the National Museum, but because this place is a museum of Kwame Nkrumah, that's why they have to bring it back and mounted it here. But the head got missing from 1966 after the coup for 43 good years. And later on, when the woman heard that this place has been established to honor Nkrumah, then she sent it to the Information Department Center. Later on, they tried to trace her, but they didn't see her, they don't know where she's coming from, they don't know her identity. And later on brought here to be mounted in 2009. So that's the reason why you see the hair separate from the body. Right. So now we'll proceed to the audiovisual gallery. In there we have some speeches that were made by Nkrumah and some photographs with some head of states that he visited.